next is Singapore's internet star. Our third speaker is going to lift all our spirits with his speech on the pursuit of happiness. Join us in welcoming Mr. Ang to the stage.
Hello, what's up, everybody? Hi. So this is me with shades. I'm sorry, give me a minute. Yeah, when I was given this topic of talking about the pursuit of happiness, I was really thinking very hard, what should I talk about? So maybe just a little bit of an introduction, just in case you guys don't know me exactly. So I'm Adrian. I'm the co-founder and chief creative officer of Hadley Media Group, or SGAG if you guys have seen some content from ours. So maybe I'll just start a little bit by sharing with you guys a little bit of a history of how SGAG came about. So we're going to roll back the years a little bit. So in 2012, you guys are probably still very, very young. But back then was when, meme culture just started becoming like a thing, right? Memes, those funny images. It was, really just becoming something that people love to consume. And I was like a huge fan of memes. Back then, I was still a university student. I was not a good student, right? Every time there's seats, right, I'll be seated like right at the back, definitely not at the front, right? Just opening up my laptop, just doing my own thing, right? Just surfing memes and just kind of laughing at it. And I was a huge fan of memes because, it is something that is so simple, it's so ugly, yet it is so funny and it's like so relatable. So I really, really love it. So in 2012, I was in school, I was in uni, and something happened in Singapore, right? McDonald's announced that they ran out of curry sauce. Right? How many of you guys here are like a fan of McDonald's curry sauce? Can I get a rough? Oh, right. So, most of Singapore are the same as you guys. So the whole social media, internet was like freaking out. They were like, oh my god, how am I gonna eat my McNuggets without the curry sauce? RIP curry sauce. So, there was really a lot of commotion that was happening, and there I was, sitting at the back of the seminar room in the university. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just create a meme, right? So it was just a very simple meme. It was just back in the days, it was this thing called Rage Comics, right? So it was just McDonald's, why curry sauce? So it was just a very simple meme. So I created it, I was like, okay, you know what? Where should I post this? Should I post this on my own profile? But my friends would be like, you know what? Adrian, why would you post a meme on your own profile? I was like, okay, forget it. Let's not post my own profile. Should I post it on 9gag? Right? I don't know whether you guys know 9gag, but 9gag is the godfather of memes back in the days. So I was like, should I post it on 9gag? But this is a very Singaporean incident that's happened. I don't think the international audience would get it. So I was like, okay, what? I don't think I should post it on 9gag. So I was like, okay, Facebook page is free. It's free to start. I was like, okay, let me just start a Facebook page. I didn't think too much about the name. I was just like, okay, whatever, right? Just SGAG, maybe like a Singaporean version of 9gag. I honestly didn't think too much about it. I just kind of created a name, created a page, uploaded a meme. And after a day, it got 200 likes. I was like, hey, that's not too bad. That's more than the kind of selfies I post, the amount of likes that I get. So I was like, okay, that's not too bad. Let's kind of keep it going. And in that year, in 2012, 2013, there was a lot of epic things that happened in Singapore. Yesterday, yesterday, right? There was this crazy wind that, that was sweeping across Singapore, that, a lot of trees were uprooted and stuff. 2012, 2013, right? There was a lot of these things. It was like a gold mine for content, right? There was haze. There was a haze that happened in Indonesia. They had a forest fire. We couldn't see the entire CBD. And there was hail, right? And there was this auntie who said the rain drop like grapes. She went viral. She became a meme. Right, there was Orchard Road that was flooded, and the whole Starbucks was just I couldn't even see the roof of it. So there was a lot of these things that happened, and we were just creating a lot of memes. And that was how, SGAG really started. So fast forward, 12 years now. I think when COVID happened, TikTok blew up. There was a whole new generation of people who started creating content. Right, we started a creator network across Southeast Asia. We started the SGAG equivalent in Malaysia, Philippines, and Indonesia. And now there's a lot of, I'm sure you guys have seen on TikTok, there's a lot of live selling, so we're into social commerce as well. So now we're in 6 different countries, we have 200 employees under us. But the point today is not to tell you guys this, it's talking about, I guess, really my pursuit of happiness. So when I came on stage today, I was wearing shades, right? Because Xiao Ming was a character that I created in the very early days of SGAG. Wow, this is very bright. I should wear my shades. So it was a character that I created, and to be honest, it has served me really, really well over the years. You know, it has opened up many business opportunities for myself, for SGAG, for Hatmill, right? It has gave me a sense of like importance, a sense of purpose, right? To be known, to be recognized on the street, on social media. It has really helped me with my introverted self. I mean, many might think that I'm a very extroverted person because of the persona that I have, but no, I'm actually like an introvert. So this Xiao Ming character was very helpful when I go to talk to agencies, partners, strangers, clients. It's a good icebreaker, it's a good conversational starter, right? But what has happened over the years is that as I grew in confidence as Xiao Ming, as a character, I also grew lesser in confidence in myself as Adrian, right? Sometimes I kind of feel like I'm almost ashamed to turn up as Adrian. I feel like, you know, without this character, nobody would kind of care about what I want to say, my thoughts, my opinion, right? That people wouldn't care about, my presence like in the room, right? And the biggest mistake that I've kind of made was kind of let this character kind of seep and bleed into my personal life, right? I have kind of kept these shades on, right? And when I started using my own social media account to share a little bit more about my personal life, my family life, I kept the shades on, right? When my wife gave birth to my little boy, right? The first photo with my little boy, I had the shades on, right? In all the family moments that I had with him and my wife, I had my shades on. And this was not like a conscious decision that I made. I kind of like subconsciously allowed it to happen. And what really changed, a moment that really hit me, was sometime earlier this year, right? So my boy was about 2 years old. And as usual, right, there was a very, very cute moment. I wanted to kind of just video it down, so I went to take my shades. I was about to put it on, and then he suddenly spoke like, "Daddy, no." I was like, "What?" Like, yeah, Daddy, no. Like, he wanted to rip off like my shades. And that hit me really, really hard. Like, wow, my 2-year-old boy said, you know, this two very, very impactful like words, asking me to take out my shades. Right, like, you know, in his mind he must be thinking, why must Daddy wear sunglasses when he's with me, right? Why can't I see his eyes? Like, what's wrong like with him? Right, so that really kind of got me thinking, right? Who am I? Who is Adrian like exactly without this like character that I've built? I mean, yes, he's successful, and I really couldn't answer that question, right? Because this persona, this character, has been such a big part of my personal life, of my career, that I actually don't know who I am like without it. And that hit me super hard, right? Because start of this year, right, there was a lot of challenges at work as well. So it really got me questioning about like really my identity, this midlife personal identity crisis that I have. So I did something that was like super extreme. I decided to go for a 9-day like retreat, a psychotherapy retreat in Australia, where I was completely removed from the world. I had no internet connection. I had to surrender like every single thing. And I think what happened over there was I kind of removed myself like as a dad, as a son, as a father, as a boss, right, as a friend, as a colleague, and I was just there as myself. And I think the point of me sharing this is not that, you know, everybody should go for a retreat or go for therapy, even though I think it is good, right? But I think what is important, right, for me at that point in time is to give myself that space to find out who am I exactly, to be present with myself. I think coming out from that experience was something that was very, very enlightening for me, right? Because I think, you know, for me, for someone who don't know exactly who you are, what gives you meaning, what gives you purpose, what gives you happiness, kind of life would just kind of lead you and bring you to wherever life wants to kind of bring you, right? And if I use like an example, last time I was in sailing, I was a sailor, right? It is like sailing the sea without like a rudder, right? The wind, you know, the current, the waves will just kind of take you and the boat to wherever it wants to bring you. But having a purpose, having a mission, finding out exactly who you are, right? What brings you happiness is like having a rudder. You still can, you know, catch the wind, you still can ride the waves, but with that rudder, you're able to kind of steer the boat to wherever you want to kind of bring it. And that is really the reason why, you know, in the last month, I've decided to kind of remove my shades, right? Because I feel like, I need to own myself more than just this character that I've built. I need to own myself a little bit more as Adrian, and I need to, be confident that, hey, as Adrian, I can bring value to the world, I can bring value to the people like around me, that I don't have to rely on this character that I've built. Right? And I think one thing that I feel like I have also come to a realization is that, yes, I feel like all of us should celebrate our professional success, but don't let it define you, because life is a lot more than just what you do at work, right? Even though you can be really, really successful. So in closing, I have removed my shades and I see clearer now. So the question back to all of you guys, on the floor is, have you removed the shades in your life so that, you can pursue what truly makes you happy? Yeah, that is the end. Thank you. The best is yet to be. And booyah. Thank you. Oh, this side.